Alright, so now that you've learned all the names of the white notes, it's time to dig in and start to learn some of the names of the black notes. Now, you'll need to be able to find the names of the black notes, but here's the thing. The black notes don't have unique names like the white notes. Remember, the white notes are named after the letters of the alphabet, conveniently from A to G. But the black ones have their names changed depending on which side of the white notes they're found in. I'll give you an example. So if we pick C, for example, the very next note to the right of C, this black note right here, is called C sharp. It's called C sharp relative to C because I started on C. Sharp is just another way of saying immediately to the right of. So if someone says play C sharp, they're literally asking you to play their note to the right of C. Making something sharp means making it go higher as far as music is concerned. Now, if sharp is going to the right and it's getting higher, then what do you think flat would mean? I'm sure you figured this out already because you're super smart. It's the exact opposite. So it means getting lower or going to the left. So if I say play D flat, you would have to play this note right here. And this is because this note is the very next note down or to the left of D. And that's how we get D flat. Now, this is of course unless you're standing on your head, in which case your right and left would be different. But you know what, as far as music is concerned, right means getting higher and left means getting lower. So I might use these terms interchangeably, so don't get too confused. Okay, but I know what you're thinking. I know I said this was C sharp earlier on, so you're thinking, liar, you told us that was C sharp. But before you rush into conclusions, just bear with me. Both things can be true. And remember what I said about music being a language? This is another example of where we have to look to other things in our life experiences in order to draw parallels and understand what is really going on here. In real life and in language, we sometimes use different words to describe the same thing. So don't be confused if someone calls this a C sharp or someone else calls this a D flat. It's all the same thing. Just remember the definitions. Now here's the tricky part. The white notes already have unique names. For example, this is an E. Okay, this is absolutely an E. But, and I know this gets a little muddy, but just bear with me. You'll thank me later on in your career. We could use flats and sharps to describe white notes as well. For example, E can also be referred to as an F flat. And F can also be referred to as an E sharp. Do you understand why? Because you're going right from E to get to F, and there is no black note in between. So the very next note to the right after E is F. So it's also an E sharp. It's just a way of describing things, and vice versa, E can become an F flat. Now, I've got a question for you. Can you find me a B sharp? I know there's no black note there after B, but can you find me a B sharp? Can you find me a C flat? If you say B, then you would be right. You'd be so correct. And now, you know, the weird thing is in the world of music, we can also have double flats. But honestly, that just gives me headaches, and thinking about it is just too stressful. So we'll leave it here for now. You don't have to worry about double flats and things like that. But if you just remember the definition, you could probably work out what all that means. But just remember to use the note names practice video in order to make sure that you've mastered this information. I want you to at least know how to refer to all the black notes and the white notes, because this is very fundamental before we can really begin to build on this chord and start to make some amazing sounding music. Because I know you're on your way to become a great musician. So just learn this, take your time with this, and make sure you've mastered this, because this is going to set the foundation for the rest of everything.